Good morning, everybody. So today I'm just going to throw out a video and things I'm going to do. So today I got, 2 days ago I was on vacation, so I haven't put out a lot of videos. So I got the skid plate. Since when I removed the fuel tank from the yellow Jeep, skid plate was barely there. It was useless. So parts that you have to replace, the cellophane, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but hey, you can't just find something in the woods, try to save it without putting any money into it. So I'm not too sure what that is, but this is a skid plate. I got 2 skid plates. What the heck? That's interesting. Not 2 skid plates, it's 1 skid. The last one I ordered was 1 skid plate. This one looks like maybe a better design. It looks like 2 pieces you put together. Yeah, because this is, I did not expect this. So it's got 2 pieces. It's going to be a little easier to put together. This is the back half, that side. This is the front that bolts up to here. Nice, I like that. Now let's see, it comes with some hardware. I didn't expect that. I thought I ordered the same one. So I got to go check what's going on with that. I might like this better, might like it worse. It has instructions and a bracket to put things together, so I don't even have to think about you, but you got your instructions, you got some hardware, and it looks like it goes up, which is going to be much easier to put together. Because you can put one up, because it's hard, because you snake everything under there. This way, you can put half up, then bolt it. The hardware, it's got like straps, top and bottom, bolts and nuts, bolted together. This is nice. I gotta remember that, and everybody else out there remembers that too. It's got a 2-piece skid plate, period. And I gotta clean out the rubber. The rubber goes between this. So you got the plate, a big rubber mat, so I guess it doesn't rub and it's a little quieter, and then you got the tank. So right now, let's put this aside. 2-piece, remember that everybody, 2-piece tank. 2-piece skid plate, hardware and instructions, put to the side. Oh God, I got so many projects right now. So, also, let's finish one thing at a time, okay? Good morning. So yesterday, when I was dilly-dallying too, I found all these ants were climbing up this thing. They were driving me nuts. I was like, what's going on? So in here, I'll show you quickly while I drink my coffee what I think it was. And I thought I got it all out. Well, I guess I didn't. One of my videos showed me when I was doing the tank, up in this cavity here was a bee's nest, and they all got on top of this, and I thought I would find mice nests. Well, I'll show you what I found, and then I had to sweep it out of the shop. So here's part of it. Right there is a little nest there, but then look at over here. I threw it near the tree on the outside. This is huge. This nest I found in there, right there. Now it's abandoned, and there's other pieces. I mean, it was a huge chunk I took out of there, and then I took my blower and I just blew in the cavity there and got rid of the nest. Oh, well, that was pretty disgusting. So what I did was, you know, the ants were driving me nuts because I just cleaned all this area up and painted it. I don't need ants running around while I'm trying to sell the thing, and I don't want insects in my vehicle while I'm driving. So I took out whatever I had laying around. A little bottle of water, a little vinegar and water. I sprayed that on there. That slowed them down. Whatever vinegar they don't like. And then I found this stuff on Home Depot's or Lowe's or Amazon. I think I brought it on Amazon. I got shipped right to my house. It really helps insects, so I just spray it around my house everywhere. What the heck? Spray it around the Jeep. Spray it around the Jeep. No more ants this morning. So I don't know if it was in that nest, but the cavity was way in here. So when you buy one of these things, you're gonna find nest. That's the first thing. Get rid of the nest. Pressure wash it. Made a mistake. I didn't pressure wash this beforehand. If I pressure washed it, I might not have found it because it was under a plastic shield to prevent the water from getting up in there and rotting these wires that run from this light straight across to this light. There's a harness for the fuel pump and that. And it all kind of goes in there, and you just don't want water from that wheel well coming up, boom, right in there and rotting away. So it was kind of disgusting, even that rubber, the rubber piece. I cleaned it up and I put it somewhere around here. So right now I'm testing the fuel pump right now. So I cleaned it all good. With brake clean, I cleaned it all with brake clean and Lysol, everything. Disinfected the tank the best I can. I don't mind working with my hands now because I did the best I could to clean it up. So let's get this pulled out a little bit, make it easier. Put it on up. That's as far as she's gonna go. And no matter what, let's just test the fuel pressure. And I did clean up these straps a little bit. I'll kind of clean them up a little more before I put it together. So here's the wiring. So let's test the wiring out. It's a one-man job. So let's disconnect the power to the pump. And we're going to test the 3 connections there. I don't know what is what. I could try doing some. Let me see what I can do here. This would be much easier if this was a 2-man operation. I just hook up any basic BS light. I don't like these lights, but the reason why I don't like them is they're not safety for using computers. So there's no power to nothing, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have power. So I'm going to try wedging it in there, which is not a good way to really test. But if this sucker lights up, we know we got power to the pump. I'll be kind of happy to get no power to the pump because I know I'm done. If not, I have a funny feeling it's the ignition switch. One or the other. The ignition switch goes bad. I had that go bad on my last one. If I was only able to get this thing in there without damaging the pins, kind of let it hang. I don't know which wire this is. This is a pain in the ass. There's a better way to do this. A better way to do this. Okay, let's see. We'll connect this. And we're going to take, since the new fuel pump comes with this harness, that I'm using a used fuel pump, I'm going to pinch these wires. I'm going to put something on there. I'll show you. What we got. I don't like these things for repair outside, but it's just going to be a quick diagnostics. I'm going to use a couple things. I'll show you after what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna cheat because we don't have another set of hands. If I had another set of hands, this would be done already. So, I'm gonna wire a piece of wire in there. I know I don't talk loud enough, but I will try. And usually I have music on in the background. And give me 1 second to hook up some music, because it makes it more. Did I pass that one off already? Ah, damn it! I already used that one. You know, life is getting harder. I used that one already. Son of a gun. So, you know, I gotta find something that works now. That makes it. I would have pitched this over here. Any one of these wires, all 3 of the wires. What the heck? You know what? We could do this. I gotta find one of those. Can I? Okay, I found one. 1 second. You know what's funny? This is great. You know, for days, this is funny. And I knew this. I have it on a video last night. I didn't throw it out there yet. But for days, I got my, the back half going. I want to get another video going, throw it out there. I put the 2 seat belts in. I painted all the bolts. And I lost the middle seat belt. I'm like, where is it? You know what? I'll tell you one thing. Don't worry about it. Go to the next project. It'll show up. So I grabbed this. Right, that I was kneeling on. Well, guess what I found? Yeah, I found the middle seat belt. Both of them. Now that is both seat belts that get connected with a single bolt. That runs up the middle. Runs up the middle of the Jeep, through the seats, and then the passengers can sit down and be safe. So now I have to clean this up. I usually use lacquer thinner, paint, and brake clean. And then I'm going to paint this bolt before I put it down. I just paint the head. I prime it, paint it. I got a little section over here. So I'm going to do these tonight. I'll clean these up, and then tomorrow I'll just take a little quick video of it all bolted down. I mean, it's just Torx bits, nice heavy Torx, like 40 millimeter if I remember. I'm gonna paint this real quick. I got a little primer I put on there, a little paint. I don't need to clean it up, the bolts are good. But I do this a lot. I take this and I put the bolts in there, just Amazon box, used, whatever. This was in good shape, this bolt. So it makes a nice little touch. Just spray a little BS paint. That's the primer, and then I'll paint it later. So let's get back to the fuel pump here. But see, you leave it alone, one project goes to another project. I try not to do that, but I also couldn't find them damn belts, and I was like, I wanted to finish the back seat and lower it and say, okay, everybody, that video's done. Now it's not done completely, but it's pretty close. So let's get this going here. So we're gonna run, I would say ground, obviously is ground, so we don't have to test that one. Now I could be wrong on the way, because if I had a regular good test light, well, we should test the ground. So I know I don't have one, plus you need a battery. Let's just go for it right now. But usually I'll hook up a lead, positive, negative, to the tank. and run that. You know what? I have to put my music on. I just gotta put my music on and slow myself down. 1 second. Where the heck is my... Oh, I'm doing a video. Gonna have to relax on the music. So I'll finish this video first, hook it up, get it going, see if we have fuel pump power back to here, and then I'll turn on the music. So, like I said, usually I'll run positive, negative to the battery of the vehicle, and I have a different kind of tester. I mean, this is a really piece of garbage tester I have here, but you know what? They're good to carry in whatever, or it's fine. I mean, it is fine. Now I could test. I'm gonna really cheat today. So, well, yeah, I'm gonna cheat, and then I'll show you a little bit. So I'm gonna use a lot of this spool just for me to help me out go a little faster. And I'm gonna leave a long lead all the way to the ignition switch, so I can actually jump this no problem. These are my favorite ones. They really, if you want a nice connection on a lead, Lowe's or Harbor Freight. Lowe's about 30 bucks, Harbor Freight $6, $8. Either one I found out works really good. They pinch the wire nice. Like, they're really heavy, got a lot of leverage, pinch it, and that connection that you always using on the butt connectors, any kind of connector, you're always pinching that connector together, it never works. This one works great. Supposedly non-insulated and insulated. It's two different settings in the cutter. I use almost everything in the middle. That's it. I don't use the other one. Yeah, you're supposed to, but you know what I do? I just pinch it, done. That's it. And then these are nice. You heat them up and glue them together and you're done. So we're gonna cheat. So we took one lead, we're taking the orange lead. The black is probably ground, white, it might be power, it might be something else. So hopefully we're gonna put a little bit of lead to the front. I'm gonna turn it on. If we got power, we're gonna check the other white wire. If we got power, that pump is done. So I'm just using a long wire, and I really need a good connection, because that's another thing. If you don't have a good ground, I try to use the battery. Let me find a better light. I hate doing half-ass things. At least if I know I go to the battery, I know I got a good connection. So that's the lead to there, and then I'm gonna use this up to the front, and then I'm gonna just test it real quick. I got 2 sets of keys. 91 black Jeep, wrong Jeep. So, I gotta go back inside. So I'm gonna cut that video, and then I gotta go get the keys. I'll make it short and I'll come back. I'll be back in a couple minutes.